Hi friends, Joseph here and welcome to Home of Sound. We started Home of Sound in this podcast series with one main intention: to help artists, promoters, regular band owners, playlist curators, and others in the music industry share their messages and vision of the world. And as a byproduct, we hope that these chats will make you get to know our guests as people, and that some of you will also get inspired by their stories, experiences, and work. Without further ado, enjoy today's guest. We welcome Martinovna, an esteemed VJ who has shared the stage with the likes of Kanding Ray, Ancient Methods, and Keith Carnal. She's also one of the leading visual artists for festivals such as Revive and lately Escape from Reality, which is a virtual festival by Raw Agency. In our chat, she tells us the reason why, as artists, we might not want to compromise to avoid diluting our own creation. Not about techno and electronic music, and has started VJing after being inspired by what she saw in other gigs. Year by year, show after show, she has crafted her own style to make visual performances that help shape the vibe in clubs and festivals. As you will discover, it doesn't take too much time to start VJing, but what makes each artist's creation unique is the work that is put toward each performance and the experience that the artist accumulates over the years. Martinovna shoots herself a lot of the content that ends up in her visuals, and often ends up investing days for each performance. In our conversation, we talk a lot about her influences such as Bjork, her ambitions, and how chaos can actually be a part of the creative process. We also learn about one of Martinovna's acquired skills: patience. Without further ado, enjoy today's guest. Welcome, Martinovna.
Martinovna, thanks so much for being with us. It's a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you so much. Hi. I'm really glad for invitation. Hello.
Yeah, very cool. I know that last week you were doing the Raw festival, the online festival they did. How was that?
Well, online festivals nothing can replace a real experience of the festival, and we all know that. The beautiful thing in our online festival was a perfect connection between the members, and I really appreciate this part. We were all 100% concentrated, and the feeling of VJing for an online set was similar to the real one. I feel and know that the entire crew did the same really huge and great job.
Yes.
So I'm really happy for that. All of us were super thirsty of a real rave, so we were super focused, and it was really cool. It gave me a huge amount of excitement and fun, exactly what I needed. So
yes.
I'm really happy.
Yes, especially these days that we're all sitting home and we can't really move, can't go out and dance. So I think it's not the best, but it's cool.
I also think, of course, without any offense to the live streams and things like this, but I think that the visual aspect definitely makes a live stream less pathetic. You know what I mean? Yeah, because when you play to the empty room and things like this, it's really, really sad. I think. I don't know. We all know that.
Yeah. It's so interesting because right now, I think if everybody did the live streamings like we're all doing 3 months ago, everybody would be like, what the fuck is this, you know?
Yeah. Have you seen that meme, by the way, that it's gonna be blocked on Facebook? That was really funny. It made me laugh as fuck. That was really funny.
Which one was that? It was about live streaming, or?
But about the meme?
Yeah.
it was like Zuckerberg said that he's gonna block every live stream on his platform because he can't stand this shit anymore. That was really funny. Yeah, but we all need it as well. We know that's our life, you know.
Exactly.
So I understand that we need to do something trying to replace our passion of our life. So really reasonable.
Our natural lives, yeah, it's true. And how was the festival organized? Like, so they promoted it online, I guess, of course, and they had a bunch of DJs, and then you were doing the visual. Was there someone else doing visuals?
Every DJ from our crew was into the festival, so that's really cool. And we were like super connected together because we had chat that we are talking about our sets and our collaborations with DJs. So it was really like not like before a real festival. Like you don't know what you're gonna do, and sometimes you are just not really super well prepared. Of the festival was really good on a high level, I think. Yeah, guys really made a great job with BETV and with the streaming and things like this. So I'm really proud of the agency.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
and about me, well, it was just 2 sets. Sometimes I play all night long, so it was 2 sets that I had to be concentrated at, and I really loved the sets of October and of Tam. I really I follow their music from I don't know, a few years. So yeah, it was really cool, really.
It's nice, yes. And did you when you were preparing for the festival, did you speak with them before about what you were gonna do, or you improvised?
I never speak about what I'm gonna do because I don't like to have any suggestion.
Yeah.
I usually improvise, and I don't know. I believe that DJs trust me that I'm not gonna do something wrong. And
got it. Yeah. So can you tell us a bit more about like what is your like preparation? So you think, let's say you get booked to play in a festival in a month, and how you approach your performance? You start thinking about an idea and then you start playing with visuals, or you improvise everything?
I'm starting from small research. I'm searching every artist that I'm gonna perform with, and I'm looking for something, like a main theme that is gonna be following the music of each artist. Like when I was performing with Kanding Ray, I was searching for motifs, like that is gonna something which gonna fit to the music, and then I'm just like flowing with that.
That's very cool. And so you I saw like a lot of your videos have like images and pictures of real life. Do you have a preference for any type of shots or footage that you're looking for when you are preparing a performance?
I'm super fascinated with the human body, and I love to shot human body, observe human body, observe people, observe how they touch each other, how they talk, looking at each other, and I think that's the main inspiration for me. If I'm shooting a raw video, but lately I started to also produces, it's wrong, I hate produce word. I start to create also 3D visuals, and I'm super glad from, for example, a collaboration with Shlomo and with Hedon, which I'm really proud of. So really, I think it's super distinguish what I like and what I enjoy in visual thing. Yeah, not only shooting and recording of videos and but also mixing. Also, I like found footage. What I am searching for free stocks and also mix inside the VJ mixes. So I really don't care the source. If I'm not stealing from another artist, I don't care about the source.
Got it. Yeah. And do you also take some of your original footage? So things that you shoot with a camera, perhaps?
Yeah, of course. I can say that maybe 98 or 95% of my clips for VJing, like for mixing live, are my own. So yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. So there is a lot of work that actually goes into any performance.
Yeah, guys, people really can't imagine how much you have to prepare before. It's not like before DJ said that you have a conception and you are recording the conception like track by track, but you have to prepare every clip before, and before you mix them. It's really it's really huge job.
Yeah.
to make.
I got
but it's worth it. I promise.
Indeed, like I can imagine. I've never done visual, I never tried even, and I can imagine it's a long process. And like, so for instance, if you're preparing a 1 hour performance, on average, how long would you prepare in advance for that? Like, how long does it take for you to prepare that performance?
For example, for 1 hour, I'd like to have like minimum a week. It's really to do it like proper, like I like, not to give something made an hour before. I like to have a week to just feel comfortable with the situation and to have enough clips, because if you are VJing all night long, you have to have like, I don't know, hundreds clips to not making the same, and to not repeating your loops, because it's boring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So for 1 hour of performance, you need at least 1 week to do it proper way.
Wow. Yeah, it's really like time consuming. Like you need to put a lot of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Great stuff. And it's surprising, because if you think about it, like in an average night, you have maybe like 4 or 5 DJs and then 1 VJ. So the VJ is probably like taking a week to prepare that night, and the DJs, yes, maybe they're preparing, but most cases they have like the records, the band records, but they don't prepare for a week for a set,
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, it's really, but sometimes it's like a VJ is playing, if someone is playing boring, also a VJ is not super into the VJing live, so there's something like, you can go and play loops like on repeat. You can go to drink for half hour, so you get some rest. It's not a problem.
You can disappear.
I'm honest.
You can automate part of the stuff and disappear like for.
Yeah, there's something like autopilot, but I really avoid to use it. I hate it. I hate this shit.
Interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting. And so one other interesting thing that I was wondering is like, how do you get ready mentally when you are about to jump on a stage? You're about to perform. Like, is there a ritual that you go through, or is there anything you do to kind of pump yourself up, get the energy, and go and do it?
Yes, exactly. There is something. I'm super nervous before every single performance. No matter how many times I'm doing it, I feel the same stress and the same, like my hands are shaking, like really. And friends from my collective, from Module guys, were laughing from me that I need to drink. I don't know the name of this herb, but in Polish it's Melissa. I can't remember the English.
It's like chamomile. It's like to calm you down.
Yes, something like this, that it makes you calm down. So I'm drinking this before the performance. Yeah, I'm drinking wine as well to relax. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I really need it.
So yeah.
And before every performance that I am not like booked like by the festival or something, that there's something behind the stage I need to prepare. It's a screen. For example, I need to organize a beamer and, a transport of these things to the place where I'm gonna perform. So it's additional work that always stressful, and it's not only composition and VJing during the gig, but also almost the whole day of preparations on the inside the venue.
Yeah. And do you see that sometimes, like you get to the venue and then you don't have the equipment that you need, or there's
yes. Many times, many fucking times. I always sometimes I'm lack of some switcher, and it's a legend that I don't have a switcher or something. But sometimes I just don't have basic stuff. So I need to call my super friends, which I love, and they are always helping me. In different places in Poland, for example, I have friends that are really helping me from gig to gig. That they, for example, I'm renting a beamer of my friend or things like this, a switcher. I'm calling to somebody, hey man, I need your help. I need a switcher. Can you help me? Can you bring it to the gig because I have it in half hour or something like that?
Wow.
So I think people like me.
Yeah, and it's similar to I mean, I guess you know that. I mean, it's similar for DJs. Like we all have problems as well. Like we get to the venue.
Yeah.
We gave
Mm-hmm.
Even when we give like a rider and everything seems to be perfect, there is 9 out of 10 times you go there and like if something doesn't work,
Yeah. So I know you feel me.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. It looks like that, but I enjoy it anyway. So in the end, I always do what I have to do, and it works perfectly. So I can't complain.
Is there a funny moment that you remember where you were like, you went to this festival, you were super excited, and you go there, and then you're missing something super important, like a switcher, like energy switcher. You're like, oh fuck, I'm never gonna make it.
I had it many times, but usually my friend, as I said, helped me. But once I had a situation that I couldn't play at all. Unfortunately, it was our collective gig with Rebecca in Katowice that I was. Unfortunately, I had no switcher. I mean, my friend bought a switcher, but it was not a good one. So it was not really funny. But a really funny situation was at Project Lab in Poznań that I was performing with Keith Carnal, and I was projecting interface of my software on the screen. Wow. And my computer was totally like overloaded.
Wow.
And I couldn't stop it, and Keith helped me to figure it out, and he said, okay, let's do this, don't worry. And I was like super stressed because it was one of my first performances, so it was really cool that he helped me, and was really nice and funny.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was really nice.
That's amazing. Yeah. So basically, he helped you figure it out. Did you figure it out on that night, or you had to stop?
Yes. No. We figured it out. I had to just chill out and have a few sips of my drink, and and later it was so working. So
wow,
I was glad.
That's amazing, especially when these things happen. You're like, wow, we saved the day.
It was really nice of friends and of Keith that he helped me. Like, it was really funny that I was like shaking. I go, what I'm gonna do now? And also I couldn't turn off the beamer, and the screening was the interface of like you, I don't know, imagine that you are projecting Ableton interface on the screen. So yeah, like on a workshop on something like that.
Yes.
So yeah,
Everybody sees your secret.
Yeah, it was really fun, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so dumb. But it was a really long time ago.
Like we learned from these things eventually. Like this, I'm sure now that became something you learned that time, and now you have acquired it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm really chilled. I'm trying to be chill, but I'm also really stressed before every situation. VJing, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. It's super interesting. Talking about when you create a visual composition for a track that is not like a live performance, how is the process different from the live performance?
Oh, it's super different, and it's. I love to make a video clip more than because I need to say that every my video clip is a VJ mix, so I'm mixing it live as well, but it fits to it's a bit different because it fits perfectly to a track, because I have only, let's say, 5 or 6, 7 minutes, not an hour.
Yeah.
So I can really perfectly choose my clips and mix it like do it perfectly. Let's say.
Yeah, I saw the one. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah? Tell me.
I was gonna say I saw the one from for VSK, the Pendulum. I think that came out recently. And what is the process like? How long does it take on average for you to do like a 7 minutes techno clip?
Well, it took me like 2 days because I choose the clips. I had to re-render. The process is that I have to re-render it for a proper format that I can put it into my software, and then I can mix it live. And when I mix it, I have a few, like, let's say 30 short clips, and those 30 short clips I'm gonna edit into another software, and then I have a video. So yeah, it's like a four steps process.
Wow. And it's 2 days, like it takes, wow, it's still like it's a lot of time. I mean,
yeah, it's a lot of time, but it's super. I enjoy it, like super enjoy it.
Wow, it's interesting. Yeah. How do you select people that you work with? So I know you did a bunch of collaborations. You did mixes for HoS in Barcelona. You did a track for VSK, for Tommy 47. What is the process like? Do you reach out to them? Do they reach out to you? Do they reach out to your agency? How does it work?
Sometimes it's just like a friendly collaboration that we know each other, and I'm super selective about the music, and it's not like someone can come to me and say, let's make a deck house clip or something like this. Sorry for saying that, but it's never gonna happen, But I like to feel the connection with the person and with the music of that person, and then I am sure that I can give myself like 100% into this video clip, because I feel the music. That's a basic thing that I have to feel before I say yes or say no. Sometimes I am the person that is proposing the collaboration, and it's also fine that my music idols say, okay, yes, let's do this. And sometimes it's, let's say, after the festival that we are performing together we had super flow, we decide to continue this and to make something that it's going to stay forever, like video clip. And
it's really cool. Yeah.
It's super cool.
So do you remember like a moment where you felt like perhaps during a performance you felt like very connected to the artist?
Yeah, I had a super connection with Kanding Ray in Vilnius. It was definitely the best performance, the best, because I had to really plan a lot of things because I had 1,000 videos from David, and I melted it into the performance. So it was really like audio reactive performance, and yeah, it was super nice because I haven't. I was not searching for those clips by myself, so I had all of this from him.
Yeah,
and I just melted it in my software and then mixed during the performance. So yeah, it was really, really intense, and it was really a nice festival because it was like contemporary art festival, and I really could make weird things, so I was not worried that the crowd is not gonna feel it. So yeah, we made a really weird and cool performance. That's really cool.
And so you were really happy with the result and the connection with the artists.
Yes.
Yeah. Was there anything you learned, like specifically maybe from one artist, one of the connections that you made through the years? Like, was there something that really about a person you met, or about the way they DJ their art, that you were like, okay, wow, I learned something that I can apply to my own art?
Well, I'm trying to take some of the wisdom of people that I am meeting. For example, I'm trying to be more patient and how to say that?
Calm.
With some humility, yeah, and patience. And I'm trying to learn from the people that I am meeting, because usually the guys are older, a little bit older than me, and yeah, it's helpful that I can see how they manage things, like to not be nervous, to make it proper way, and so on. So yeah,
that's very cool. Yeah,
to be inspired by people who I'm working with.
Yeah. And anything that you think over the years, there was one thing that you have learned that maybe you saw, could be like your example with Keith when he helped you being like relaxed about the thing, fix the problem. Anything you maybe like more on the personal side, like any person that in a way influenced your way of seeing life, of the people you met?
It's difficult to focus on one person, to be honest, because I have many friends which are really close to me. Like, for example, Michał Jabłoński or his girlfriend Dorota. They really influenced me and shaped my way of working right now, because I was super chaotic, and they made a huge work to make me who I am. yeah. I'm really glad for that. And many other people, many my friends, which are really connected to techno scene and to electronic music scene generally. It's hard to say that I have learned a specific thing from anyone.
Yeah, I mean, fully understand. I mean, I know Michal and Dorota. Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, they are my close friends. I love them.
That's very cool. Like, is there, like, talking about like the city where you live, what do you think, is there inspiration that you get from the city, from the vibe, that you manage to put into your visuals?
But you mean Warsaw?
Yeah, Warsaw, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From the city itself, like, so if you think about like the place when you go around, like and you see things in the city, like, do you think that is then translated into your music, into your visuals essentially?
Mm-hmm. I think Warsaw is shaping not exactly the way I see and create an art, but more how to behave in this electronic music scene. I like I said, I've met many inspiring people. They become my friends. We are sharing music influences. I made many important collaborations in Warsaw as well. Mm-hmm. So Warsaw also it's also like, how to say, because there is a strong division on a scene. So it teached me how to be more confident and strong, because people are arguing with each other. So some of my close people really helping me to be who I am and where I am now, and I like the fact that they protect me from all of the shit. To be honest,
it's a support. It's a support network when you find people.
Support is really, really important, and I'm super lucky that I have people around me. My best friends like Lola, like Dorota, like Michal. Yeah,
it is super cool. Yes, I think the support network is something that I found for myself when I moved to London, and I almost like found, okay, wow, this is home. Like it's so cool that there's so many people who want to support you. You want to hang out, but also like exchange values,
nice.
Obviously life. It's very, very cool. Yeah.
How long do you live in London, by the way?
I've been here for 7 years now.
Oh, that's quite long.
It's quite long, yeah, exactly. And for me now, this is home. Like I love Italy. I love my friends and family back there, but I love it here. Like it's home for me.
I feel the same, because now it's a 7th city that I live in.
Wow.
And I found really home in Warsaw. I love this city. I love this place. Yeah, I love the atmosphere, people. Yeah.
Wow. What were the other?
Same, like it's home.
It's amazing when you find a place where you feel like you're happy to go back to when you are on holiday or somewhere you're traveling for work. Like that's the best thing we can ask.
Yeah, and coming back and you feel like home. Yeah, that's the best. Like you're coming back from a gig or something, and you see some buildings that are typical to the place, and you feel like you can take a deep breath. You're home.
You're like, yeah, cool. Safe.
Yeah.
What were the other cities where you lived in before? Poland?
Yeah, in Poland, I was born in Zakopane, in the mountain. Then I moved to another city. Then I moved to high school, to art high school in another city for 4 years. Then I moved to Holland, and I lived in Utrecht for 1 year. Then The Hague.
Very cool.
In Holland as well. Then I moved to Krakow, and now I live in Warsaw.
Very cool. So you are
really cool.
So you traveled a bit, like you went Poland, and Netherlands. They eventually went back to Poland. Were you studying arts in Netherlands, or that was in Poland?
No, I was not studying there. Well, I'll be honest. I had to pass the exam from a painting exam. So wow. I didn't pass the exam, and I had to do something for 1 year. So I moved to Holland, and I was working there and making some of my stuff. I was not a VJ, and I was not really related with the scene at that time. I was more like into hard things, because Dutch scene is more hard and more industrial. So yeah, I was like that.
Hardcore, like industrial.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it. That was my. I started with that music, so I love it. It's
okay.
Well, I understand you. Like I used to go to. I went to Dominator once in.
Really?
Yeah. That was back in.
So you understand?
Yeah, I understand. Like I started, even when I started playing, was with that music. So crazy times. Like I used to love. The Italian guys. There was Secret Squad, Radium from France.
Really?
Yeah, Anger Fist, DJ Bike from Italy as well. Anger Fist was like crazy. Wow.
Yeah, really. But this influence now is coming back to me, and I had a super long break from this, so I was more like into deep things, and but now I'm also bored of this. So yeah.
I think we all go in cycles. Like sometimes you like harder stuff faster, and then you revert to more quieter stuff.
Yeah. Yes. I think that after lockdown, we are all gonna be such thirsty that only super strong things are gonna be
allowed.
Yeah. Really, I feel it. already. So
it's likely like I think we're gonna have I don't know. It's gonna be like a New Year's Eve of like 3 weeks. I don't know, something like that.
yeah.
I can only imagine like what is gonna happen. But yeah. So talking about your path, at what point do you start to get into VJing?
It was really long process because I was a little bit insecure, about my skills and how to start and things like this. But once I saw a performance of, it was one of I don't know, 7th edition of my favorite Polish festival. It's Tauron, Nowa Muzyka, in Katowice.
Okay.
In Silesia in Poland. And I saw the performance of guys from Interference Festival crew. And it was really amazing, really, really amazing. And I remember it was with Matrix Man, a guy whose name is Rybskie, and Ruba, my really good friend. And really it impressed me so fucking much. And I remember that it was last day of the festival, and I was super tired because I was working there on the festival, and I couldn't lose even a second from the screening. So I decided after this to at least try to become a VJ. So
wow,
yeah, really important, really.
That's
I remember Clouds, Matrix Man, and Actress. Yeah,
Actress.
Three perfect performances, really.
Yeah, what was the third one? So Matrix Man, Actress, and
Clouds.
Clouds. Yeah, wow, okay, very cool.
Yeah.
And so there was a VJ that was doing the visual.
VJ was Rybskie and Deruba. I will text you the names because maybe it's not easy to hear them.
Yeah, totally. I would love to put them in the show notes as well if you are interested.
Yeah, it's really important. I was also when I was interviewed by previous guys. I don't know if it was for a monument or a previous one, but also said I was also speaking about them. It's really important for me. Yeah.
Wow. Yes. So do you feel like they inspire your art, your work? They inspire the way you do stuff.
Yeah. I think it was really good beginning, because I'm not really influenced about the style of the guys. I really enjoy it and appreciate how they create, but I think my own is different.
Yeah. For sure. And so that was you went to this festival and you said, wow, it's amazing doing visuals. And what happened after that? Like you went back home and you said, okay, I want to buy my setup.
What happened? That was super, I don't know, maybe it's not a coincidence. Maybe it was just, it had to happen like that. But because I was studying Fine Arts Academy, and it was my second year intermediate art, like art of media and everything what happened after postmodernism in art. And I saw there is a folder with the VJ workshop, and it was a workshop by Lucas Gutierrez, super great Argentinian artist, and he made this workshop. I remember it was at XS Gallery in Warsaw, and after that I met guys from VJ Collective in Warsaw, and one of the guy really teach me how to VJ. So on another software, and yeah.
And the collective was Module?
No, the collective was Visual Family Collective.
Visual Family. So it was for visuals, yeah.
Yeah, I was connected with them, and we are still friends, like together, and I really love the guys. So yeah.
Wow. It's very cool. And so with them, someone helped you start with your own things, and
yes, we yeah, that's also some private things inside. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So for someone who is, this is also a question that came from people in the audience. For someone who's looking to start, what would be the best way for them to approach VJing? Do they need to buy a software? Do they need to take a course? Find their friends who can teach them? Anything else?
The best way is to choose equipment. If you are more like into knobs, more like into faders, what do you like? If you like to touch the controller, or if you don't like, because I know VJs who are not even use a controller. They use only mouse or use graphic tablet, you know?
Yeah.
That's a super distinguished thing. And you have to just try the software for free, for example, and then decide if you want to buy it and which software, because there are really a few important softwares to make VJing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And any suggestion for a software, like for someone who is looking really to, like, let's say they want to start tomorrow, what would be the easiest step?
For like basic VJing, like VJing from clips, not generative visual. It's Modulate and Risolo Arena, which I am using.
Yeah.
And for generative stuff, it's like, for example, Touch Designer, which is definitely more complicated and difficult stuff to learn. But it's also a totally different way of performing. You know, it's more audio reactive and more synced with music. It's not like you can play your clips like video clips, you know, which is well.
So essentially,
it's totally different.
Got it. So essentially, for people listening who don't yet know the difference, but essentially the first couple of software, Modulate, Visual Arena, they're made for, you need to put footage inside, you need to put clips, and then you can mix them. Roughly, right?
Reason.
Oh, reason, yeah.
Yeah, reason. Sorry, can you repeat the question?
The difference between generative and, let's say, samples and clips is that with samples, you need to get footage or clips from videos, and then you can work with them. The generative, you are actually creating shapes, right?
Yes, you're creating shapes, and you can also use basic picture or video to make a base, and then just remodel it and morph it how much you want and which way you can go. But I think if you want to show any story, maybe it's old-fashioned, but if you like to show any story, you need to use videos. I mean, shoots like I am using.
Yeah. Are there any resources for like free footage that someone who's just starting off can just start to get and then play with?
There are many platforms like Pexels, or for example things like this, that you can use their clips for free, and or for example just if you are publishing something on YouTube or something like that, you just have to give them credits. So it's super easy to download some clips and mix it.
That's very cool. Yes. So I will definitely, like, after this interview, I'll ask you the links so we can include them for people who are interested.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Thank you. I'm sure that there's going to be someone who's listening will be like, you know what, I'm going to try tomorrow.
Yeah. And also I had, because during the lockdown, I had many stupid ideas, but I also had a few of nice ideas, and I was trying to teach some basic tools inside Risolo Marina, and people were asking me if I can make lessons or a workshop or something like that. So I suppose that I'm gonna do that earlier or later.
Yeah. That's an amazing idea. We're doing workshops, master classes now with producers, and I'm happy to also, if you think you need help and you think we can help you, like, I'm happy to, we can share knowledge, we can try to do something together, we can try to help you.
That's really amazing. Yeah,
it's really cool. Like Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that would work. I think, yeah, if it's gonna be prepared and like professionally, yeah.
So talk about like you work with a collective called Module.
Yes.
What was the origin of that? Like, how did you get to know them? What happened when you started working with them?
Yeah, it was at the beginning of my VJing. I was searching for gigs that are interesting for me. You know, I started to search for a techno, like strict techno.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that the guys are organizing, are up to organize a gig with Setok Mas. So in Wrocław, at my beloved closed already club, Das Local.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I texted to the guy from Das Local that I maybe can make the visuals and stuff like that, and he said okay. And then the guy from Module gave me a contact. I mean, he contacted me. I don't know how to say in English. Yeah, and we became and after this gig, they proposed me to become a member of Collective. So, yeah,
got it. Okay.
It's like 3 years or even more. So we became friends and
yeah. How do you feel like when you work with a collective of people and they have their own image and philosophy, in a way they have their own brand? Do you think that your way of do you feel free creatively to do whatever you want?
Sometimes yes, sometimes not exactly, but because guys are more like old school and more like orthodox techno guys, which I really understand and appreciate and respect. But I am more like crazy artist, so I need more freedom to sometimes get crazy, like really get crazy. Yeah. So sometimes, but we respect each other a lot, and guys understand me that I am sometimes spoiled artist, Yeah.
It seems you value your freedom a lot. So let's say you disagree with a promoter. A promoter is asking you to do, hey, Martinovna, we want you to do not a cows, but they want you to do something that is, they have, trees as a team or some boats as a team. And you're like, I don't like it. I don't know, whatever. How can how can you work around that?
Well, I'm trying to fight for my idea, because I think the most important thing is that you have to show your own idea, and compromise. It's not really well if you're an artist, because it makes you floating under the level that you want to achieve, If you want to achieve some level, you have to be strict and you have to be concentrated and not give a shit if someone proposes you to,
Yes. So I think one thing that I was wondering was, let's say you disagree with a promoter. They want you to do something and you don't want to do that. How do you overcome that?
Well, I'm trying to expose my arguments, that I'm showing that I am some kind of brand and I have my style, and I cannot do something totally different. Of course, there's sometimes that for example, I have to do mappings that I am not doing it because I'm doing big projections that showing off my video, like they're like in the cinema. I prefer that. But if I have to make mapping, which is made from many small screens, I have to fit in. But about the style, I never made a compromise, I think.
Yeah. Do you think it's important that artists don't compromise with their own art?
Yeah, because there is a difference between an artist and a producer, let's say. If you're an artist, you give a compromise. You cannot say, okay, let's do whatever you want. I'm gonna produce something. But if you're a producer, you just do it, just for money. Of course, I sometimes if I'm not working as Martinovna, I am doing VJing for festivals or for things like I am not even playing my own clips, but it's my profession, so I'm doing it for money. But if I am doing as Martinovna, I'm doing my own stuff and only what I want. So
yeah. And how important is for you to make sure that people around you understand that? So do you kind of specify that up front when you speak with a promoter that is booking you? You go there and you say, hey, I want to make sure that I can do something that I like about that.
I think people who decide to book me know my style and they know what to expect. So I think they are not going to be disappointed. And I don't have to make them sure that it's all going to be okay because they trust my art. I believe that at least.
Yeah. Makes sense. How does a person book you? You now work with Raw, with the agency.
Yeah.
And so people go through them. They ask, "Hey, we would like Martinovna to do the visual for this event," and then you then decide.
Abroad, yes, but if in Poland, no, they just call me or they text me or mail me, and in Poland I am doing it by my own.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. What is a good thing about working with an agency that you might not have when you are alone? And what is a good thing about being alone that you don't have with the agency?
It's good to be in the agency because you have a contact with other, like for me, with other VJs. I met really great people that, making the same things what I am doing. We can support each other. We can share knowledge. Like for example, asked me about organization with Raw, and the guys really showed me the ways how to produce a stream and things like this. That really I could have some lessons.
Yeah.
And what else? If you have to organize everything by your own, you are not doing your art all the time because you have to texting, mails, and the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Shit.
All the admin shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yes.
So I hate it.
Yeah, it makes sense. And so talking about your life also outside of the visuals, what is your average day? When do you wake up normally? What do you do during the day? What is your day like?
I wake up. I'm checking Gmail, who texted me and stuff like that. I'm looking what deadlines I have, and I'm trying to. I'm producing some clips. I'm doing my freelance stuff. I'm also a graphic designer, so I'm designing. In the morning, I train a little bit. So yeah, during the lockdown, I'm trying to eat healthy, train, and work on my video stuff. So not really, not many things.
Okay. Relax. That's one of the things about the lockdown is that at least we can dedicate more time to ourselves.
I'm trying to be focused, on my improving my style, improving my skills a little bit, to learn something new. Not too much because I like to produce clips in my style, but I'm trying to add something new sometimes. To still feel the excitement.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any, let's say, ritual or anything that you do consistently throughout the year? That might be, I don't know, looking at new clips, looking at tutorials, looking at certain.
No, honestly, I'm super chaotic person, and I don't have any rituals. I'm doing what I feel right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I think
like that.
it's not the best. How to say that I describe myself.
Yeah, it's so interesting because I have like there is. I started to find that there are people who are very schematic in a way. Like they have their own rituals, everything in their own days, like super well organized by the minute. And there are people who are like, yeah. And there are people like who are like who just go, I don't give a shit, I don't want to put rules and boundaries in my day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they both work well. Like it depends on the person. Like it's very
it's super individual thing. Like especially if we're speaking of art, because all processes are individual and it's intimate stuff.
Yeah. Is there a way for you to keep your creativity alive in the chaos? Like to make
it's the only way that I can keep my creativity, to be honest. Because if I'm trying to be organized and things like this, it's really boring and I cannot fit in.
Yeah. So the chaos brings.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chaos brings you like fresh air. It's like an innovative. Very interesting.
Exactly, and it's a kind of adventure because I cannot stand like day by day doing the same thing. So I need to. I have to say plan the chaos. I don't know. No, it's wrong. Let's repeat. No, I have to determine.
Yeah.
Some kind of chaos. Yeah.
To almost like impose, like you're gonna have chaos, and that chaos will allow you to be the best of what you can be.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting theory. There was someone like I don't remember. I'm gonna misquote someone. I'm pretty sure now, but someone told me like, chaos is the base of every structure, something like that. I don't know if it was a real quote, but it makes sense.
Yeah. Sometimes I had a really serious arguing with the guys who are also making visuals and who are also VJs and producers and doing similar stuff, that I am not planning my work. I'm super chaotic with interface and with what am I doing step by step, and I don't have I don't have any ritual about that. So I'm doing what I feel right now, and that's my process. I believe in process in art.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. You found your own process, and if that works, I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
What would be Martinovna's perfect average day? If you could decide, like, your average day would be, you could decide anything on earth, like. You can wake up on the beach and then go skiing. Like you can just make it up magically. Like, do you have anything that would fit with your process, with your life?
Well, it's really hard. Now my dreams are a little bit smaller because of lockdown. I would love to go out and meet my beloved people, and create with them and have a possibility to share ideas and to meet my people, to my friends, my real friends, and to be with them. And that's perfect day. And even without lockdown, it's a perfect day to have people that's supporting you and that they are really, really inspiring, and maybe to go with them to some nice place, to go to the festival or something.
Yeah, spending time with friends, it's a beautiful thing. Like, I wish
I'm gonna cry.
Let's not cry. We're all in the same boat. We're like all crashed. Like, yeah. But I mean, it's much needed to be in lockdown. So hopefully, we're gonna get back to some kind of social contact. Talking about like your current path, and then we're gonna start wrapping up. Like, what would be like a gig or a venue where you would love to go back again soon?
I would love to come back to Valencia, to Volumens, and I think I am gonna try next year to propose my audiovisual performance there. So yeah, it was really amazing atmosphere. People were super friendly, helpful. Yeah, it was amazing. An amazing place, Valencia, super sunny.
Yeah.
super. Spanish people are also super cool, and yeah, it was great.
It's Spain is a beautiful place, and I'm going to include also the links of this festival. Like, what was special about the venue?
So it was a strange place because some kind of I don't know, the architecture was really specific, you know. It was the hall, which I suppose was really difficult to make a sound inside.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really nice, and people was like they seem to be friends all together, you know, all the organizers and performing people, and yeah, it was really nice.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, super warm invitation, and I remember that also the promoters was like really inside every single performance, and was really they were like careful about what you feel, what you want, what you need. Like they are asking. We're not like, okay, there you have your backstage and blah blah blah. They were like friends, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That took my heart. Yeah.
Yes, it does make a huge difference when you feel like it's almost like you feel home when you go and you travel to another country and they treat you well.
Wow, it's awesome.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Well done, guys from Valencia.
Yes, Volumens forever.
Volumens, yes. Very cool. Is there like, do you have a plan like going forward? Do you see? Are you putting like some goals for yourself, like in 1 year, 5 years, or you just going like, what do you feel?
Here is something different because, for example, I would love to perform at Berliner Tonal, and this is my biggest aim, and I'm gonna do anything I can to even try to perform there. But also, I would like to, in Poland, for example, I would like to perform at the festival Tauron, Katowice Nowa Muzyka. I would like to come back to Audio River, of course. Revive Festival was really, really great experience each time. Really, really cool people are doing it. So, yeah, there are many.
Wow, yeah.
CTM Festival, maybe, for example. Yeah, I will try. Why not?
You gotta try. Your art is good. You're behind what you're doing, so you gotta absolutely try it and do the best you can. I'm sure you can manage. Like, there's nothing to block you.
Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. I mean, you need to take credit for that because I think it's your.
Yeah.
You were spending weeks to do 1 hour of visual. So, great. Is there, going to wrap up, like, is there any book or movie that you would recommend or gift to a friend now that we are in lockdown, for instance?
Well, lately we made a small list of films. I mean, each VJ from Raw agency gave like 5 propositions of videos that it's easy to check on the Raw page. But from me, for example, I love the Taxidermist movie. I love Kusturica movies. It's a Serbian director.
I don't know him.
Yeah, it's really great. What else? For example, Dancer in the Dark with Bjork, and also Bjork is super important artist in my life. I think, yeah, the most important. So yeah, that movie.
And what was tell me more about the Bjork and also like the movie. Like, what is important for you? What did that give you?
I think that her way of expression and the way how she speaks, because she has a specific accent. She was born in Iceland, so she speaks super strange, super strange accent she has, and yeah, she never. I think she never made any compromise. That's why she seems weird, but I don't think she's weird. Yeah,
and
I love her work.
Yeah, very very good at work. I think she's an artist that is one of very very different from anyone else. So that's a beautiful thing.
She's like the only one like a million, you know.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there, if you and what about her movie, like the movie that you mentioned before, like is there anything particular that inspired you in your art?
I think it's authentic. Even if because it's a kind of musical. Yeah, it's a kind of musical, and they are dancing and singing there. But the situation is super dramatic, because I'm not gonna say the plot, but it's super dramatic, and it's showed by dancing and by like natural acting. You know, I don't even know how to describe it more properly, but yeah, it's.
Interesting. Yes. Okay.
I really recommend it. Trust me.
What's the name again?
Dancer in the Dark.
Dancer in the Dark. Yeah. Okay. Very
cool.
Yeah,
it's Lars von Trier movie.
Wow. Very interesting. Okay. So one thing that I wanted to ask is also if you could leave one of your skills or any advice to a hypothetical, let's say, son or daughter, or someone it doesn't mean that you need to have it, but like think if you had someone, it can be a nephew or whatever, that you want to give something that you've learned, what would that be?
Well, I have learned, I don't know, I think I said at the beginning of our conversation, but I have learned to almost try to be more humility and patient. Yeah. Patient and not, because sometimes I want to have everything right now, you know, and sometimes you just have to be patient, and it's gonna happen. So don't worry, it's gonna happen. Don't be such a I don't know. Oh God, I forgot every word right now.
Don't rush.
Yeah, don't rush, and just calm down and focus on do it as good as you can, and it's gonna happen. Don't worry, because you cannot have everything right now. I'm super impatient, and as I said, super chaotic, impatient person. So I want everything right now. So yeah, that's the problem sometimes, really, even about relations and friendships and stuff like that.
That's yeah. It's a big thing. I'm sure like someone will appreciate this reminder of patience. Very cool. Yeah. And now a little tradition that we are exploring lately in Almost Sound. We ask each guest to ask a question for the next guest. So, not knowing who that person will be, what question do you want us to ask the next guest?
What would you do? The last thing, if you know that the lockdown is gonna happen, what would you do before? Like what you haven't done that now it's possible. Oh yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Before.
Wow, it's I love the question. Who knows what they're gonna come up with, and then, but because it's a tradition, I'm gonna pass on to you. I'm gonna ask you the question from
I'm curious.
last guest, which is, did you wash your hands?
That's obvious.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, of course I did.
Amazing. Okay, perfect. So we are safe. It's great.
We're all safe. Yeah.
Martinovna, this has been a great pleasure. It's super fun to speak with you and to know more about what you're doing. I think what you're doing is incredible. It's amazing, and I'm sure you're gonna get to play in wherever you wanna play.
I'm looking for that, and I hope the same for you. And I really enjoyed the conversation with you. Super nice to meet you. Yeah.
Very nice to meet you. I'm pretty sure also that we're gonna meet at some point in person when this thing is over.
I hope so.
For sure. And any latest projects that you want people to go and check out if they want to?
For example, it's nice to check out my latest VJ mixes for Raw from our online festival. Mm-hmm. My latest clips, like for VSK, for example, and generally my video clips. I think, like for Quartz, one of my favorite works ever. I really enjoyed, and I really love the music of Mario.
Amazing,
yeah. So
what's the name?
Check my videos.
Where can people find you? What's the best place? Instagram?
No, Vimeo. Like Vimeo. There I have just video works. Vimeo con Martinovna.
And I'm gonna check the Quartz video now. Actually, very interesting.
Yes, enjoy. It's super nice breaks. I love it.
Yes, I will do. Martinovna, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to meeting you in real life. And yes, thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for interviewing me, and it was really nice conversation. I had a pleasure. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, and have a good night.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.